Hello, everyone. We're Bad Moms in Business. We're here for another awesome podcast episode.
Yeah. My name is Bridgette Robertson.
I'm Amanda Sharp.
I'm Danielle Monahan.
Today, we are talking about Easter traditions, but if we all remember our Thanksgiving bracket, Danielle showed up with an Easter candy bracket today. So before we dive into those traditions, we're going to have some competition. I'm scared. Ready? We all remembered how this last one went.
Are you guys ready?
Yes.
I'm nervous.
Me too. And
will our friendships survive?
They've survived worse.
This is true.
All right. Still the A in the bad, so they have survived.
All right, so let's break it down for you guys, okay? So we're doing, it is March, technically.
Mm-hmm.
We are doing a March Madness type of bracket, just like we did for Thanksgiving, all about Easter candy. So I have 8 of the top candies that I could think of. Did a little quick Google search, and they're going to go head to head until we find the absolute number one winner. Now, I will say this. The Thanksgiving episode got a little heated.
A little?
There was a lot of controversy around dogs. It's fine. They have feelings about this too. They have thoughts. I have some strong feelings here. And I will explain why as we roll through this. So I'm a little nervous.
Okay.
All right, let's do this. Round 1.
All right.
Peeps versus Reese's Eggs. Reese's Eggs, you know, that whole debate. But the eggs, like the actual egg-shaped ones. Who wants to go first?
Amanda, why don't you go? Amanda, why don't you go first?
Okay, the dogs are barking in the background, so I'll just talk louder. And I'm so sorry about that. German Shepherd, if you don't tell. Peeps gross me out, hate them, get them every single Easter because it's tradition. But I love Reese's Eggs. They're my favorite of all the years worth of Reese's.
Oh, sure.
I stand firm on that decision. No Peeps for me.
Okay, Bridgette.
I agree.
I saw the double thumbs up there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and make that unanimous. Peeps are nasty, guys. Nasty. They are the lowest of the low. I can't stand them. Cannot stand them. Amanda said you buy them every year. I don't. I haven't bought them probably ever. Never. They're gross.
They never get eaten. I just have to have them in the basket. It's foolish. It's a waste of $1.
Okay. Next one. I left this one a little generic because there's many different kinds, but jelly beans or like the Kisses, Hershey's Kisses.
Ooh.
So jelly beans, there's many different types. There's like the original, what is it?
Jelly Belly.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. That's the one that I was thinking of. That's it. And then you have like the fun Starburst ones, or they have like Jolly Rancher flavors and stuff like that. Thoughts?
So just jelly beans in general, or Hershey's. Am I just going to start like each round? Is that okay?
Whatever.
You know, I love to melt a Hershey in my mouth, but I can get Hershey's all year long. The pastel coloring isn't enough to convince me, where for Easter, given the 2, I'm going to grab a handful of jelly beans, and I eat them in a certain order. I'm not going to lie about that.
Interesting. What are we talking about here?
Like flavor-wise, like I eat them like based on color.
Okay.
So I get certain ones out of the way, and I always end with the pink or the reds.
Interesting. All right. This is something that you and I kind of are vibing with here. Okay.
Huh. So,
she's judging.
Apparently, Bridgette does not have those same feelings. Mine is usually rainbow for the record.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
I mean,
I don't hate a jelly bean, but I don't. If I don't have one, I'm okay with that too. So Hershey's all day, all day.
So a tiebreaker, our first tiebreaker. So this is one of the ones that I have very strong feelings on. I am a jelly bean fanatic. I love them. I love the originals, don't get me wrong, but the Starburst ones, and
Yes.
more so than that, they have just the red and pink ones.
Yes.
Oh.
And it's bad, guys. It's to the point where I don't buy them anymore. I haven't had them in probably at least 2 years, probably something like that, maybe, because I'll buy 6 packs and eat them all. It's bad.
But they're so good. The red and pink, Starburst flavors are delicious.
Oh my gosh, they're so good. Here's where the original pack gets me. The green, this is gonna be a big thing. The green should be lime, should never be green apple. I hate green apple in anything. The green one should be lime.
For those who are just listening, there were fingers pointing at that. It was an aggressive.
I hate green apple. It's the worst flavor. I mean, fake banana flavor is probably worse. But anyways, okay. I digress. M&M's or Starburst. They have like those, Easter Eve color ones.
I'm going to say Starburst, but that was hard. That was hard for me.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm going M&M's.
Ooh, another tiebreaker. What? Okay, give me some reasonings here.
Because I don't feel like if it's not chocolate, it's not worth the calories or the sugar.
I think it depends on my mood and also the time of the month,
Fair.
All that counts. I'm also going to say M&M's, even though I would say the jelly beans over there, even the Starburst flavors, because original Starbursts are very hard to chew. They just hurt sometimes. Like, it's not worth the flavor because they just hurt my teeth and my jaw. Like, I just don't want to have to work that hard.
If I get them fresh, they're not bad. But after they're out of a bag, they can get hard. And I always have the vision that my cavity is going to or my filling is going to come right off.
I know. I've always thought that too.
I have a fear of having like a hole in my tooth.
Interesting.
Because of Starbucks. You know what I mean? I said Starbucks. I meant Starburst. You'd think I was Bridgette with the Starbucks obsession.
Okay, so M&M's. Last one of the first round. Chocolate bunnies or the Cadbury eggs?
Ooh.
Okay. If it was a real chocolate bunny, like with real decent chocolate.
Yeah, you know the kind we're talking about, though.
Yeah, like the cheap kind that are, and I don't mind hollow. But it's like if it don't melt right, it ain't real chocolate. Like that's kind of my thing. So if it was a real chocolate bunny, I could get behind that. But 99.9% of them aren't. So I'm gonna have to go with a Cadbury bunny egg because one, I like the commercials, and they make me think of my childhood because there shouldn't be no bunny eggs.
They only have, I think, the one commercial. And it's been playing since like 88. It's my favorite, though. I do love it.
They went retro. Like, have they really not changed it?
Honestly, I don't think they've changed a second of it.
Oh my gosh. That's mine just because it makes me feel happy.
Okay, that's a good reason.
Okay. So when we're talking Cadbury eggs, are we talking like the nasty cream filled
ones?
Mm-hmm. We're not talking caramel or
the cream filled.
I feel
chocolate.
Like she's judging me right now when she needed that clarification.
Because I love a caramel or caramel, if you will.
Oh, so fancy. I always feel like that's such a fancy way to say caramel.
Caramel. Egg. But the cream? No. So I'm going chocolate bunny. And I agree with you, Amanda. The dollar store milk chocolate flavored bunny. Why is that a thing?
I know. With like the really creepy looking eye.
Yeah.
It always has a creepy looking eye. Always.
And like holding a carrot, right?
Yeah.
It's like a bow tie.
I used to save the eyes for the last part because I thought they were such a treat as a kid. Like, no, like what's wrong with me?
Oh
Yeah.
no.
So I'm talking like milk chocolate. Don't come around here with the dark chocolate bunny. Milk chocolate bunny over Cadbury eggs.
Okay. So here's another story. I feel like I'm the only one that has any stories, but it's fine. So when I was a kid, literally like 5 years in a row, I was very sick with like some sort of stomach bug every single year on Easter. Like I can remember waking up, being sick, coming downstairs and sleeping on the couch, like as my grandma came over to help my mom cook and stuff. Like it was such a terrible thing. So I have horrific memories of looking at that chocolate bunny and being like, so I don't do a chocolate bunny. They still make me nauseous to this day, even looking at them.
So you know what that means, Bridgette.
I will say this. I have never had one of those cream-filled nasty chocolate things. I've never had one. But I don't look at it and want to throw up like I do the chocolate bunnies. I'm still going with the Cadbury.
I don't care how we got there. A win is a win.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's a pretty win right there, and I'll take it.
We are in the semifinals. It's going to be a quick one. So we have Reese's Eggs or jelly beans.
I can respect a good jelly bean, or whatever the case may be, but Reese's all day long.
Mm-hmm. Bridgette?
Totally.
Okay, unanimous right there. Reese's Eggs all day. And like I said, I am a jelly bean fanatic, but nothing compares. I don't know what it is about the Reese's Eggs. They taste so much better than the rest of even, and Reese's are amazing in general, but the eggs are glorious.
They are so, it must be because they have more peanut butter in them, maybe, and like a thinner chocolate. Like, I don't know. And I don't like we'll talk about Reese's in length after this bracket.
Okay.
We'll talk about how we eat a Reese's.
So excited.
Oh, we eat a Reese's. Okay. I don't even have a weird way that I eat them, but okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so we have Cadbury Eggs or M&M's.
M&M's all day.
I'm sad to give up the egg because the egg is a happy place for me. But I do love the way M&M's melt my mouth and not in my hand. So I'm gonna go with that.
Is that even their slogan anymore? I feel like it's not.
I'm not sure, but only because they're the pastel ones, though. That's the only reason.
Sure.
Interesting. Okay. I'm going to make that one unanimous. So I think for the first time ever doing a bracket between the three of us, we have unanimous on both sides of the coin here going into the final.
So like,
Mm-hmm. So we have the Reese's Eggs and we have the M&M's.
I'll go first because I'm very passionate with my answer.
Ooh.
Reese's Egg.
Okay.
Agreed. All day.
Guys, I think we got through this one without a fight anywhere.
Oh, wow.
That's not bad. I thought it might get a little bit more crazy.
I thought so too.
You know, I think it maybe would have if there wasn't such a clear winner.
I mean, as soon as I started jotting all of these down, I was like, come on, is this even a question? But then I didn't know. Like, some people are like real weird about their candy, you know?
It's true. It's
a big thing.
I mean, I will say, I think it's insane that the chocolate bunny didn't take the whole thing, given the fact that it's Easter.
But an Easter egg did.
Yes, but I understand the reasons it didn't. But I feel like people would probably assume that that's what would have won.
Mm-hmm. Can't do it, man. Can't.
Yeah, it's such a staple that,
right.
You know, it just represents Easter, you know, that chocolate Easter bunny. And I gotta love the commercials when like the ears are bitten off and they're like, they're
like, what?
Yes. Yeah. It's cute. So I can appreciate the chocolate bunny. I just don't like to consume a chocolate bunny. So do you put Easter bunnies or chocolate bunnies in the boys' baskets?
Oh,
Ditto.
yeah. But we do. The Easter bunny brings the Lindt chocolate bunnies. So they're like real chocolate. And they're not big either, because that's the other thing.
Well,
as much as I love a chocolate bunny, you don't need a chocolate bunny that's 10 feet tall. My kids will never eat the whole thing. It sits in the refrigerator because they're weird, and they'll put it in the refrigerator or the freezer. And then come July 4th, I'm throwing it away.
Absolutely.
So they just it's like this big. And if you can't see, it's like, I don't know what, 4 inches?
Yeah.
They're
4 by 4.
Yeah, they're little guys. They're wrapped in gold. They're cute.
Well, think about this too. When it's real chocolate, you're not going to have something this big unless you want to pay $60 for a real, Godiva chocolate thing. When it's real good chocolate, like Lindt chocolate is so good. Their chili chocolate, my favorite.
Really? I've never had it.
Oh, it's so good.
Owen and Marcus get the Dove version, which is wrapped in foil, but they do the dark chocolate. So Bridgette, you'll hate that, but they do get that, and Marcus
love dark chocolate
basket as well.
Dark chocolate is so good.
Yeah, Chris. I always get Chris the dark chocolate for his basket. And I used to do Dove. I've always done either Dove or Lindt. But the last couple years I've done the ones.
Does the Lindt do the little baby bunny ones that are like in like a 5-pack or 6-pack? Because I usually get those as well. So Owen gets a form of that. And they're good. They're good.
They also do, it's funny, I just found them in the pantry. They also do, during Christmas, reindeer in that little package.
Yes.
Except when I pulled them out of the pantry today. But when I pulled them out of the pantry today, they're bunnies. Like they're bunnies. But they're on a sleigh.
That's so funny. Hey, that's good business right there. They
don't need another
the same molds.
Yes.
They just need to slap on a new foil wrapper.
I love it.
Like that. So that's fun. So what was your favorite candy growing up as opposed to now? Because I think all of my statements were as an adult. Because as a kid, I ate those dumb Peeps. It was silly.
I feel like we always had them, but I don't think I liked them.
Yeah, same.
Just put it out of our memory.
They were, I can't stand them. I've never really liked them. I would say probably jelly beans still were always my favorite. Like that was always like my favorite thing. Guys, I'm craving them. This is bad.
So when you guys were kids, did you guys all search for eggs, right?
Yes.
Did you guys do real eggs or plastic eggs?
Real.
I think
we would do the whole.
As I got much older, they were plastic, but in my teens, because my mom still did stuff for all of us. Love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the dyeing the egg was really fun. Bridgette, what did you do? Did you find real ones or fake ones?
No, I'm pretty sure they were plastic.
Aunt Lori, can you help revive your daughter's memory? Clarify if they were real or plastic.
She's not gonna remember. She's gonna be like, "What?"
She could lie and we'll believe her because she'll be confident with the answer. And so I'm going with Aunt Lori's answer when she hears it. And she's such an avid listener. We know she's going to say that it was either real or plastic.
Yeah.
And then to get back to the Reese's, I'm really sorry to bring that up, but I just love them so
Do
much.
it.
I don't know what it is about the egg ones. I feel like it's because it doesn't have the thicker outer edge, like all of the chocolate.
You might be right.
Evenly distributed as opposed to the edge being so hard, because I eat the outside and then I eat the middle, no matter what type of Reese's it is.
Oh, any type. So you do that even on the regular size ones, you munch around the edge.
Yep. And then I just have that middle, and I have to resist putting the whole thing in my mouth. and I make it into 2 different bites just so it helps.
I eat food very weird. And I understand that.
I would never
I have some tendencies over here. It's fine. That's one thing that I don't eat weird.
You just indulge it and just chew as it goes in your mouth. No thought.
Mm-mm.
Gosh. I'm not gonna.
I mean, like the regular ones, there's bites taken.
I'm so obsessed with it. What's wrong with me? Bridgette, tell me that you're kind of on Team Amanda on this one.
I am, actually. I chew around the edge.
Thank goodness.
Interesting. I'm going to have to try it.
That's only with the original. With like the egg or the tree or the pumpkin, those just get chewed.
Wait, I'm sorry. They have a pumpkin?
Oh, yeah.
Where have you been? Yes.
Quarantine mind. Yeah, they do.
I have no knowledge of a pumpkin.
Yeah, they come in like the 6-pack.
Yeah.
Or they're in a bag of the smaller pumpkin ones.
Have you guys ever, Bridgette, you don't like dark chocolate.
I've never seen a smaller pumpkin one. I don't.
Yeah. Well, and I only noticed because when things get smaller, Amanda noticed. I keep trying to get, like, they made the original Reese's smaller, or Reese's smaller.
Oh.
And I noticed. Don't think,
I don't notice these things.
Mars, whatever company does Reese's these days, Amanda's on to you.
Yeah.
Everything's smaller.
Have you guys ever had the dark chocolate ones?
Of Reese's?
Yes.
I don't know that I've seen those.
Oh, so good.
I'm not a dark chocolate fan. I'm not against it, but I would prefer milk chocolate versus dark chocolate. But the boys love their dark chocolate. So I'm surprised I haven't seen those before.
It's so good. Highly recommend.
Oh my gosh. Now I could eat a bag of Reese's.
I know.
Eggs. Next time I go to the store, this is what's going to happen. Well, that was fun. Thank you for putting together that game. It was not as aggressive as the Thanksgiving bracket. I'm slightly disappointed, yet slightly relieved. I'm conflicted with my feelings about it. But I would love to talk to you guys about what kind of traditions you guys have now, or any fun traditions that you had growing up. Because I have a combination, I think a little bit of both. So Bridgette, did you want to go first and just kind of explain how you make Easter special now, and then maybe what was really special when you were a kid?
I mean, I don't know that I do anything that's out of the ordinary. Sure. We do the baskets, of course. We Chris and I don't actually hide the eggs. We usually go over to his grandma's house and do an egg hunt with the cousins for the boys.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, typically it's his mom and his aunt and his grandma that do that. Like, we don't even have a part of it, which is nice.
Yeah.
And then from there, we just have dinner. I mean, we go to church, obviously, in the morning. And then we have traditional Easter dinner. And I feel like that's how it was growing up, too. It was never anything that was, like, crazy. But I do remember one year getting in my Easter basket a necklace that said like 2003 or something, because it was the year I graduated, and it was like my favorite thing. So there you have it.
So you received Easter baskets all the way until your adulthood, basically.
I feel like I was maybe not quite yet in high school when I got that.
Gotcha.
So I think as we got older, there was just like a basket on the table for everyone to pick through.
Sure. And I had a younger sister who's like 7.5 years younger than me. So like I got kind of those traditions well until I was much older, just because there was still a younger child at home.
Sure.
So it was fun. But when I guess, were you done, Bridgette, before I move on? Like, I didn't want to cut you off. Like, okay, I thought so, but I was like, oh, were there other traditions?
No.
As a kid, my mom would do these huge Easter baskets, and I don't know why, but she would put fruit in them. Like,
interesting.
Huge apples, like gorgeous, shiny, beautiful apples, huge oranges, like, and just add it with like all of our candy and Easter goodness. And she would get us like fruit snacks and like small bags of like chips. And it was like this huge, like amazing basket because growing up, like snacks just weren't like they are now.
Yeah.
You know, so
Mhm.
snack size bags of anything was like a luxury.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. It was so fun to receive all of those stuff. Like even the silly apples and oranges, like I just drooled over because I just thought they were so beautiful. Like, I don't know why. It just really, my mom's really good at packaging up things and making them look like $1 million. So of course, like the apples, I remember like basically like glitter, like shining off of them just because of the way she put it together. It's just what
Cute.
it does. Yeah. So that was really fun growing up. And I will say, I'm going to publicly apologize to my mom. I was telling Danielle and Bridgette that I was out of the house at this point, and my mom suggested for one Easter that we have a taco bar Easter. Lost my mind.
How dare she?
Oh, blah, 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 blah. I apologize, Mom. That was so wrong of me. Like, I threw a fit because there wouldn't be ham. So it was so obnoxious. I probably was 22 or 23. Yep. You can all judge me. I'm a much better person now than I was then. I just was spoiled. I was spoiled. I still kind of am, but that was something, again, I apologize, Mom. And then as far as traditions now, I do baskets for Owen and Marcus, and I try to make them as glorious as my mom's, but just always fail. And, you know, now that Owen's 14, it just looks different.
Mhm.
You know, like a lot of his stuff is just basically a little bit of candy, and then he might like want a game,
Oh,
you know, something that doesn't necessarily go in the basket because he would just purchase it offline. So it just looks so different. We don't hide eggs anymore, which really is like sad. But what we do have is a neighbor who goes crazy with the egg hunt. And so Owen's like an extra grandchild to them. And he literally hides probably $300 worth of eggs. And these kids go crazy. And then there's even like money for the winner of the eggs.
wow.
Yeah.
That's
And so he
fun.
does participate in that. This year, obviously, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do it just because of the way things are different. So it might not happen
That's a
this
bummer.
year, but it's just such fun traditions, even into my adulthood. I do love holidays. They're just fun.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yo, what are your traditions besides getting sick? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that was definitely a tradition for a couple of years. That was really obnoxious. Yeah, it was just all the normal stuff. You know, my mom would make the basket. She would not hide the basket. She would put it out, I think. But then we would hide the eggs. We would do, you know, like the coloring of the eggs and things like that. And then those would be hidden. And then, yeah, we would always do like the family thing, you know, all of that, where all the kids are, you know, all the grandkids, we would all get together and like compare who got more candy and all that kind of fun stuff. And now we really don't have any traditions. I will say that Brandon's mom still makes us baskets and she hides them every year. I just think it's the cutest thing. She has 3 boys. She does it for all of us. It's way too cute. But last year we weren't able to do anything for Easter. Plus Watson was not even a year old, so we didn't do anything. I was actually the year before that. I was actually in the hospital in labor while Easter happened, because you know Watson's birthday is very close to Easter. Not this year. Easter confuses me.
I agree.
And then, so I don't really know what we're going to do moving forward. I know we're going to color eggs this year and hide those around. We are going to be making him a basket. We made him one last year as well, but it was so minimal because this is my mom's dog, Lucy, by the way.
Hi, Lucy.
She's our 16-year-old pup. So we plan on making him up a basket this year. I have like a bunch of stuff, but I'm not going to put any candy in it or anything like that. We didn't last year. So it's just going to look different for a while until we, until he gets a little bit older. But I'm excited to do these things, like even just the simple thing of hiding the eggs around and stuff. Like I'm excited to do that.
At the perfect age to enjoy it.
So excited about that.
And to
So excited.
understand the dyeing of the eggs, he's going to be able to participate in that. Super great. He'll be able to find the eggs. And it's so fun, like as he gets older, like having to make it harder for them to find them.
Yeah.
That's so much fun. You're just going to love it so much.
And we just told him about the Easter Bunny. We hadn't even talked to him really about the Easter Bunny. And we told him about him. And he's just like Santa?
Oh.
Like, yeah, kind of. Different guy, but yeah. He was so excited.
I have to say, so we never did the Easter Bunny thing. Like we talk about an Easter Bunny, like because obviously when we used to be able to go to stores, there was always Easter bunnies, but the Easter Bunny was never the one who did the baskets or anything like that. It's really weird. We just never did that. So that's fun that you're having that conversation. I don't know why we didn't.
We're trying to figure out what we're going to do. So last year we weren't able to go get pictures or anything like that because of everything going on. And I don't know that we're going to go this year either. I don't know how we're going to navigate that. That's kind of a bummer. To be honest, he's almost 2 years old. He's been raised in a pandemic for the last year. This is all that he knows. So it might even be, he will probably be terrified if I just hand him over to a stranger and I step back, he's probably going to lose it. Most kids probably do anyways, but he's like, so has this little bubble around him because of the world that we live in now.
And have you guys, I'm assuming you've seen Steel Magnolias.
Oh, yes.
The scene that plays in my head is when the Easter Bunny, like the little baby, I think his name was Jack, he runs away from the Easter Bunny and like she picks him up. And I was like, she'll take care of him even though the mom's dead. Like there's many.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, well, if you haven't seen Steel Magnolias,
you're not going to.
Danielle, yeah, you're not going to, or basically the ending's already like been ruined for you. So I apologize if I did ruin the ending, but it's been around for how many decades?
Yeah, it's been around a long time.
But that's a scene that relives in my head. Yeah, too many emotions in that movie for you, Danielle.
Oh yeah, I'm not. I have zero interest in that movie. Sorry, but
I'll watch it again for you.
Okay, deal.
That'll be
I love
Don't
it.
tell me about it.
Yeah, it's a good movie, but I love traditions. I think it's fun when we get older and we have children and we can kind of do our own.
Yes.
I love that we can put our own spin on it. And I'm very flexible with the menu regarding Easter, even though, again, I gave my mom so much grief about the taco bar. We've done like sushi and stuff in the past. It's been really good. But I do have some staple items that I make every single year. One is a 3-layer cake that is like pink, blue, and yellow in the inside with delicious frosting. And it's pretty complex. You wouldn't think I could bake it considering how bad I am at cooking and baking, but I do nail it. And then I make like the little breads that have the Easter egg in the middle. I
don't know what that is.
I'll give you.
I have no idea.
Links. So basically, it's like knotted bread that you wrapping, like it kind of goes together like a bagel, but it's twisted. And then you put an egg in the middle. It's a colored egg, so it looks like a little bird's nest with some sprinkles on top. So I always do those. So I do have some dessert-ish traditions, but I'm flexible on only because I'm almost 40.
We do cheesy potatoes every single year. Have to have them. And
I remember that from the Thanksgiving episode.
Yes, that is an Easter food.
I remember that.
That is an Easter food, she says. All that's missing is some snapping.
I remember that.
That was heated.
Yes.
So
and we do ham, but
so ham, and then what else? Do you do a particular dessert for Easter?
No. We've done all sorts of different like Pinteresty types of things, but nothing is really stuck.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Danielle, if you weren't in between houses, what would your perfect Easter menu look like? If you didn't even have to cook it, you could just like pick pieces.
So I think we talked about this in the Thanksgiving episode. I'm not a very big meat eater, especially when it comes to holiday type of meat. Like I can do turkey like once every 5 years kind of thing. I'm not super big on turkey. I hate ham. Hate ham. Hate it. Don't eat it. Don't eat pig. It's gross. So I don't know. I kind of like the idea of just like maybe one year it's Chinese and maybe it's sushi and maybe it's pizza and maybe it's, just kind of getting a bunch of different places. Cause yeah, I'm not going to sit down and cook it. But what I do like, same goes for Thanksgiving and Christmas. I like sides. I'm a big carb person, shocker. I like potatoes. I like corn. I like rolls. I like cranberry sauce. The whole thing. I don't know. I just like the sides associated with food. So I would pick the sides, just the sides. And desserts, Oh my God, desserts like cheesecake. Bring on the cheesecake. Dirt cake. My cousin, hi Cassie, she makes amazing dirt cake. So good. She got the recipe from her mom, I think, who started to make it back when we were kids, and then it sort of is passed down to Cassie. And she's so good at it. It's so good.
It is an art. I can't do dirt cake, which seems foolish to think because it's such a basic concept.
So good.
But there's an art to it, and it is so delicious. It's not delicious when Amanda makes it, though. I have to say, and I think Bridgette's with me on this one, Thanksgiving and Easter are not the same without a turkey or a lamb butter.
Lamb butter.
Gotta have the lamb butter.
Is the joy of my life.
It just makes me happy. I have to have the turkey. Or I have to have the like. It's not a complete dinner. Like even if nothing is relevant with the need of butter, I still have to have it there representing. And I even have a butter dish that I put it on, and it stands up and it proudly displays its shape.
What? I've never heard of such a thing.
What?
It's in the shape of a lamb?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's Kowalski brand.
Yes,
and it's butter, and it's carved out like a lamb, and it has a peppercorn eye.
Huh.
The turkey does not have an eye. It's just the mold. But yes, it comes in like a little see-through container that's about this big. It's like a sleeve, so you pull it out and then you pop it open, and then like it comes out and you put it, like the execution of getting it from the package to your desired dish is intense.
I believe it.
You don't want to screw up the shape.
I'm not going to lie. When we were talking about this at the very beginning, when you mentioned the turkey and the lamb butter, and I was like, what is lamb butter? I literally thought we were talking about like a different type of meat, that maybe it was like lamb with like butter on it or something. I was like, that sounds disgusting. Who would eat that? And then you guys are both like, yes. What is happening?
Lamb butter. Funny story. One Easter, I decided to cook a lamb. But the directions wrong, and it did not cook in time. I don't know what I was thinking, but there was, for some reason, I did the math incorrectly. And so we couldn't, we had to wait forever in order for that dinner to be done, because who knew lamb took so long?
I'm not a lamb guy. Not my deal.
I've never had it cooked well. I've only had my versions of it, and I'm not a fan either. But I can't say that I wouldn't be a fan of it done tastefully well. You're just not a meat person.
I don't think I would ever even try it.
No.
I was all into I was all into the religious aspect of it. I felt like, lamb is such like a,
sure.
What do you call it? Like a symbol for Easter or whatever. And
gotcha.
I was disappointed.
Nope.
As I often am in my cooking, but boy, can I make those cakes and those little bread nests.
I'm interested. Well. You should definitely share the recipes for that over on the VIP page, because I'm interested.
I will. And Their frosting is so good that my goal is to like not need all of it, so that way I can just like lick it.
Oh.
It's so good. It does have to get refrigerated though.
Mm.
Oh, it's,
So like cream cheese or something?
it's cream cheese, but also like the marshmallow fluff, and then Cool Whip. Yeah, and you fold it all together. Oh. So it's like, like the whipped icing,
Yeah.
but on steroids.
Sounds good.
It is so good. And actually the sprinkles are the leftover, because you cut the top of the cake off to make sure it stacks nice. So you just use the top that you cut off and you crumble the actual colored pieces of cake on the top, and it looks like soft sprinkles. And it's just because I don't like crunchy sprinkles. I think it ruins I don't want to crunch. And so that's just a beautiful way to like decorate it without the crunch of an actual sprinkle. So I can't wait to show you my picture.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yay. I love it.
Cool.
Any other traditions we should share before Amanda talks about her cake more?
I'm literally so hungry right now. It's ridiculous.
That's what talking about food will do to us.
I go buy jelly beans, Reese's, and apparently cake.
Yes.
There you go.
Bridgette, any last minute things you want to talk about as far as traditions go?
I did forget to mention that we of course color eggs or dye eggs or however you say it. But that is definitely a tradition of ours. We do that a couple days before, and then Chris loves hard-boiled eggs, so he just like eats them throughout the rest of the week or whatever for lunch. I do not like them. So we've also taken them and made deviled eggs out of them before and like brought them to whoever's house we were going to.
I could eat 12 of those. Those are so good. I love deviled eggs.
I love them too. I hate the way they make my fridge stink.
Oh, yeah.
But goodness, I love eating them. Yeah. They're so good. And Marcus likes them too. And it's silly, but I don't own one of these trays, but I really want like the deviled egg tray. It's obnoxious. Like there's no reason for it, but I really want it. And I'm like, Amanda, you don't need it. So I haven't bought it, but boy, do I want it. But that's all I had to say about that deviled egg tray. Amanda has like she gets certain things in her head and she can't get it out. The deviled egg tray is one of them. I mean, it is what it is. Before Amanda orders it on Amazon, what should our B for the week be?
Let's see. It's Easter, right? So B, you ready?
Let's do it.
Be happy.
I mean, that's all right. I'm writing it down.
You know what? We're moms. That's our mom level right there. There's dad jokes and then there's mom jokes.
Listen, we can be a little corny from time to time. It's fine.
Absolutely. It makes us special.
Yeah,
exactly.
Happy. I like that.
I like it.
I like that so much. Well, what another fun episode. It did not make anyone cry. We are all still together as a trio. This one was way like easier than Thanksgiving. Although I should
off an island.
I should start exercising for Thanksgiving because I feel like
it's coming up quick.
It's gonna come up quick. And that food bracket, we'll see if our age has changed our choices.
Maybe we'll come up with different foods.
Ooh. Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be good, but super fun. I love talking about the candy. I love talking about our traditions.
Yes.
And be happy. And we will see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.